You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the message, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound, you can go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for the Capricorn collective. Whatever Capricorn needs to know about their money right now, or whenever they come across the video, please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the collective negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. What does Capricorn need to know about their money right now? Okay, we have the Ankh here at the bottom of Sacred Symbols and Oracles. This Ankh represents new life. Emperor card energy. The Emperor holds the Ankh in tarot. We have the full moon, which represents releasing. We have gratitude and soulmate. So are some of you releasing an old love interest? Like, I think you're thinking about the pros and the cons of the relationship. You're releasing it, and maybe you're open to something else coming in. I also feel like with the full moon and the candle, like something about a cord cutting, or maybe some of you are doing spells or lighting candles to get a soulmate. We have 3 pink cards here. So if you're lighting pink cards, you're probably doing self-love spells. And if you're doing red, you're doing it to attract love. You could also be doing black, gray, or white for purity. This is a money reading, and it's not uncommon for romance to come out in money readings and vice versa, because romance and money both have to do with the heart chakra. So that lets me know that you've been healing, you've been doing some shadow work. We have boundaries, and we also have karmic path. So Saturn is the ruler for Capricorn. Saturn, it usually, when it comes to Saturn retrogrades, I don't know when the next Saturn retrograde is, but we just had a full moon. Saturn retrogrades, or the energy of Saturn, usually talks about tough lessons that have to do with money and love. Capricorns also rule 10th house in astrology, which has to do with career, public life, reputation. So why do I feel like this reading could be about a lot of things, but right now what I'm kind of feeling like is the energy of like someone whose ex keeps on trying to reappear in their life, and they're putting up boundaries because they're very clear about, I already started a new family, I already found a new person, we're building a business together. That's why I feel like it's coming out in a money reading. You're building an empire here with Emperor energy, and you feel like someone might be trying to pry or try to be a third wheel or get involved in that. That's what I feel so far. But I could be wrong, and there could be other things that come out. But boundaries in a romantic relationship are significant, maybe even multiple romantic relationships. So with the physical features, this isn't going to represent everyone, obviously, but it's going to be like 7 or 8 of the most prominent physical features, the most common ones. There are other ways that you can tell if this is your reading, and keep in mind that these might be talking about people who you know, not your energy. So just use discernment. I think that was the Native American one that flipped over, but I can't tell. I just need a little bit more here. Okay. There are a lot of big booty Capricorns that usually watch me. So we have thick thighs / yams here at the bottom of the deck. We have Middle Eastern. This could be just talking about like your name could be Middle Eastern too. This card likes to come out a lot with black. So it could be that someone black has a Muslim name like Mohammed, Hussein, Ahmed, Ali, something like that, Malik. We also have peachy skin tone. We have bald. Someone with glasses could be significant. age range 46 to 57. This is kind of like a card that represents people who like to exercise, but also if you've ever watched like a lot of romantic movies, you know how a lot of people, like black romantic movies for example, they always like to have people that like to do yoga or go on jogs or whatever. This could also be the energy of you minding your business, and then your soulmate, you're gonna meet them when you're just doing something mundane. You're gonna track somebody when you're not even trying to. We have white. We do have black and white here. Black actually came out with peachy skin tone, so something about an interracial relationship could be significant as well. We have blue eyes, and we have body piercings. So someone can have a Medusa, septum, a beauty mark, or faux locks, or any type of add-on hair situation. Like I know a few years ago, the friendship bracelet or the yarn in the hair was very popular, and now I see a lot of girls that like to put like little streamers in their hair, like little pieces of streamers. I'm gonna try to include a picture of it because I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but somebody who likes to do quirky shit with their hair could be significant. Now I'm gonna scry in the tiles. So what this does is it gives first names, last names, nicknames, quirky little inside jokes that you have with the universe, ways that you can tell that this is your reading. I'm gonna move my cards though because my iPad is partially in the sun, and when I did the last thumbnail, I don't know if it was super clear, so I'm just gonna move these over a little bit. Sometimes in the tiles you might see the field that you work in. It might have the exact name of your job. Like sometimes A to Z for Amazon comes out. Sometimes things like KFC, Verizon, whatever might come out. So, and I always leave the little box with the picture that I took of the tiles up the entire video because you guys might see some things that I don't see. And there might be some things that resonate with you that I may have overlooked, but it also helps you to use your intuition and, you know, see what you can see in the tiles. It's interactive. I feel like someone who's Afrocentric could be significant because I just heard someone, like, I don't know if it was through text or if they were like bowing down, but I just heard someone say Ashe. And we have the Ankh here, so you could be into Kemetic spirituality. A lot of times I pick up on people who are into Kemetic spirituality or Ifa, which I'm also feeling. So I'm just trying to make sure I have enough letters to actually spell words here, and I'm also trying to not have so many repeats. I'm gonna grab another P because I see Poppy in here, and I do pick up a lot on Hispanic energy, so Hispanic man could be significant. I also see pan. We don't have all of the letters to spell pansexual, but something like that could be significant for someone. But I'm also picking up on someone who's multiracial, like someone who's Afrocentric, and they could be into like Pan-Africanism, meaning like people from all over the diaspora just needing to unite for a common good. I do feel like some of the things that I'm saying in this reading are going to resonate with people who the 15-minute was for. Because even the energy of soulmates just came out a little bit in the 15-minute. Okay, we have Texas, ATL as usual. Dad, I see gains here, so yeah, someone could like to go to the gym. Gym is in here. Someone could be muscly. That can even be your occupation or where you work at. Like someone could be a physical trainer. Someone could be from Arizona. Someone's name could be Chance or Chauncey. Okay, I see GRWM, get ready with me. So someone could be an influencer, or you could be crushing on an influencer. The person who you're dating now or who you're thinking about courting, you could have met them online. Someone's name could be Rainy. They could come from a place that's rainy. I see Washington in here. I don't know why Peanuts is sticking out to me. I don't know, maybe someone could really like the Peanuts cartoon. Someone could be wearing like cartoon pajamas watching this, but also like you can have an occupation that has something to do with peanuts. Like it could be like flight attendant, or maybe you could work at like a sports arena or something like that. It's very specific, but that's what I feel like that could be talking about. Something about peanuts is significant. You can even be eating some right now. Panic, pain. Someone's name could be Ari. Marco. Mexican/Mexico is in here again. I feel like there's a lot in here. There's a lot in here. So I just want to go ahead and use the tarot so that we can get like a general grounded message. And also someone who likes yoga could be significant. I see yoga in the tile. So I feel like someone who cares a lot about their health is significant. Getting exercise, eating healthy things that actually have nutrients in it with peanuts in the tiles. Some of you might also have like health conditions, or you recently went to the doctor and they said you need to eat more of something, less of something, or you've just been changing your diet. So what does Capricorn need to know about their money right now? What is this reading primarily about? Okay, Eight of Swords in the reverse. So maybe you've been having a hard time making up your mind about something, or you could struggle with anxiety, but I feel like that is going to be released soon. We have Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles, well, let me hold it this way. Eight of Pentacles could be talking about you working long hours, having a strong work ethic. Capricorn does rule 10th house in astrology, career, work life, reputation. Whether that is having a matrix job, starting your own business, being an independent artist, or maybe doing both of those things at the same time, you've been very busy lately. And the Eight of Pentacles kind of has energy like you kind of like mind your own business or you keep to yourself. Nine of Pentacles, you're very self-sufficient. So some of you are in relationships, but I feel like Nine of Pentacles is coming out because it's confirming what I'm picking up about you maybe being an independent artist, or you could do something like paint or make films or have any sort of business where you setting the date and time, you creating the products, you getting sales, all depends on how much you want to work. Some of you can even be doing things like Lyft and Uber, which I think both of those are in the tiles. Something where you kind of set your own hours or your own pace, which is really nice. We have the Magician in the reverse, the Ace of Wands reverse, but then the Ace of Pentacles upright. So this to me looks like at one point in time you were not able to manifest, or maybe you were even abusing your power in the past. You were being rejected something, but then there's a new opportunity here. Some of you may have even quit your job recently because there was just like a supervisor that was trying to control you too much, or maybe you just got tired of people telling you what to do. That's why I feel like a lot of you have switched over to being independent and self-employed. And then we got the Three of Cups upright, which could be celebration. I also feel like the person or the people who's reading this you're kind of like a socialite. Not necessarily in like a fancy way, but I feel like you might go to a lot of events or you network with a lot of people. Some of you could be introverted, but even introverts like to be around people, or even introverts can have friends, or ambiverts. But there's something about you just like always being very worldly, so to speak, like always knowing about events or always showing yourself to be out somewhere. And you may not necessarily have a lot of friends, because Three of Cups is like a friendship card. But I feel like quite a few people know about you and they think you have a hard work ethic and they like to partner up with you. But I'm picking up on a masculine that does things like, maybe you network with other masculines and you guys do things like you get drinks or you smoke cigars or you do stuff like that. So I feel like maybe not quite friendship, but there are people, like a group of people who you're always around and you have similar communities or similar values, and you guys are always doing events together. But I picked that up before for Capricorn, especially the masculine Capricorns. Like, people see you as a Hierophant, especially if you're one of the oldest in the group or you have the most life experience. People like to be around you because they feel like you can provide enriching experiences to the conversation. But then we got the Six of Cups reverse and the Two of Wands in the reverse. So Three of Cups can also represent reunion, and I do feel like some of you have a person from your past who is kind of like stuck on you. It's your energy, but it also might be, because this is a money reading, they're popping up trying to make sure that you haven't forgot about them, because I feel like they want something that you have. I'm not sure if that's a negative thing or not yet, but I'm going to start clarifying. So I guess I can clarify Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles upright, because I want to see what is the occupation or what is the project that some of you are working on. The World in the reverse. I just need a little bit more. The World has all the fixed signs on it. Knight of Swords in the reverse. The World in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, I'm getting some ideas, but I need clarity before I talk about what theories I have. What occupations does the collective have? And also, what does the World reverse, the Knight of Swords reverse mean? Okay, so the first thing that I'm picking up on, the World reverse, the Knight of Swords reverse. With the World being in the reverse, I feel like someone, because the World could talk about social media, the World Wide Web, I feel like someone, you are on a platform where you rant about things in the world that you don't like. For some of you, it could be like having podcasts about shitty relationships or something like that with the Lovers in the reverse. I also feel like some of you could be authors, or you turned your pain of a past relationship into power. But also the World could represent travel, being that we have the Knight of Swords reverse, which is kind of fast-paced energy. And we also have the Knight of Wands here, which is also a mover card in tarot, with Lyft and Uber being in the tiles. Some of you have started like doing the independent contract driver thing, but with the World in the reverse, maybe you only do it in your city, or if you go out to different cities, you're like very picky on which city you do your rides in, because I think you're discovering that it's busier in some areas than other areas. So I do feel like some of you drive. I even see taxi. And NYC, some of you could come from a place like New York or San Francisco, where people don't necessarily need to know how to drive to get around, but also where things like that are very popular. Okay, Magician reverse, Ace of Wands reverse, Ace of Pentacles upright. So you're getting, basically that looks like rejection and redirection to me. Seven of Swords reverse. Okay, I need a little bit more. Nine of Swords upright. Okay, a little bit more. Five of Cups in reverse. There's something from your past that you regret, but you've healed over. And I was feeling like it had something to do with you maybe stealing from a past job, or abandoning a job without giving a 2-week notice or whatever. With the Seven of Swords, I wanted to keep on clarifying, because sometimes with Seven of Swords, I feel like it's a you thing, or it could be someone else, because I never assume that my collective is always right 100% of the time. I feel like some of you could have abandoned a job, or maybe you had a history of abandoning jobs and you had anxiety because there's something about that job that was triggering your nervous system. Like you didn't feel safe there, root chakra. And you got away from it. And maybe because of that, you had to go through karma with karmic path here. But you learned your lesson. You're not beating yourself up anymore. And I think after you've learned the lesson, then you see the portal open for new things. So why is Three of Cups upright here? Seven of Pentacles upright. There might be one particular romantic interest or a group of people who you feel like you can invest in. I feel like these are kind of like homeboys in a sense that you have history with them or you've done a lot of things with them, but you may not necessarily think that they are like friends, because there's also kind of like maybe an element of competition or not really knowing who to trust. And it may not be coming from you. It might be other people around you who feel that way about you, but it's a community thing. I also feel like someone who's a barber could be significant, a male barber, because with Knight of Swords reversed, Knight of Wands upright, I'm getting someone who has a sports car, but also with the Three of Cups is that energy of drinking, talk about women, sex, smoking cigars, like going to the gun range, like manly stuff. And a lot of barbers are into that kind of stuff, that lifestyle. So I am picking up on barbers for some of you, for occupation. What else about Seven of Pentacles here and Three of Cups? Page of Wands reverse, bad news, immaturity, not being able to start something. Someone is very business-minded, and I think they value community because in the past they've just been around people who don't have the same work ethic, or people who, I don't know, people who aren't serious. So you might be, in the past you've had issues with people who promise like, oh, I want to work with you on this, or yeah, I have the same values, but they never delivered. So that's one reason why I feel like you're always by yourself or very independent. Okay, High Priestess reverse just kind of flew out from the bottom, but I wasn't intending to get anything yet. And that could represent people, again, we saw the Fool in the reverse. People trying to like say that you're naive or taking your kindness for granted or something like that, just feeling like you're dumb for some reason. But also these could be people who project their own foolishness onto you. People who don't, she ended up coming out anyway, the High Priestess in the reverse. People who don't respect what you do as far as like what you're trying to monetize, people who didn't believe in your dreams. Why is this High Priestess in the reverse? People also trying to like dim your light. Like maybe they feel like regardless of your gender, you could be a High Priestess energy, and maybe it's in the reverse because people are always trying to dim your light or make you doubt yourself, gaslight you. Nine of Cups upright is clarifying the High Priestess in the reverse. Something about this also feels like it's about like someone trying to block your money or doing spell work on you. Obviously you're watching this video because you're spiritual, but the thing about spiritual people is they usually run in groups with other spiritual people. That could be why I'm picking up on some of these people being jealous of you or not knowing whether or not they could trust you, but they're really projecting the fact that they're not trustworthy onto you. So let's get a little bit more synchronicity and a little bit more tea on this situation. Let's use hidden money blocks. And I'm at 25 minutes right now. But I think I also want to use Astro Alignment as my last deck for this reading. And I think I'm going to do your 60-minute horoscope early in the morning tomorrow because it's getting hot. And I have to check on my grandma and see if she's okay. And I'm getting tired right now. I don't know why okay, maybe they want to be shown in the reverse. I usually don't take oracle cards in the reverse, but both of these just flipped in the reverse. Okay, your first money block, this could also be something that was blocking you in the past. Circle of friends, your inner circle is having a negative impact on your life. I feel like you've released a lot of people, or you're starting to be up on game on people around you who are trying to compete with you. But with that Eight of Pentacles, just someone looking really hard into their work, not caring about the outside world, I feel like you are aware of things, but you just don't engage in it. I'm hearing the scripture, as wise as a serpent, as harmless as a dove, so that could be your personality type. We have planetary positions. There are adverse planetary positions that are affecting your success. I was kind of getting that, which is why I wanted to use Astro Alignment, but I also wanted to see if the sun signs of these people who are sending you negative energy are going to come out with that deck. Sometimes you can have certain struggles in your life because your own planetary placements within yourself. Some of you might have Capricorn in a hard placement, or you can have other signs that are in your square in your chart. You can have Aries, Cancer, Libra in your chart, and that means that you're conflicting within yourself. That means that you have layers to you. The easy way out in the long run, the easier route is harder and makes it more difficult. I think this is talking about people around you who are kind of lazy and don't have as strong as a work ethic as you do. I feel like some of you are a business owner, or you have the energy of a business owner. And so because you're a leader, oftentimes you are like the person who's orchestrating the project, or you're the person who's carrying the weight, and people around you don't want to do that much, but they're also trying to knock you off your crown, like they have the power to do that, but also be a person that has no motivation, so it doesn't really make any sense. And then again, karmic cycle, past money choices are forcing you to handle your karmic financial debts. Yeah, some of you guys did something a little shady, and maybe your past job, or maybe your past 3 jobs, some of you, you're not getting hired because you don't have references. And that's, I'm not trying to beat you up about that, because I do feel like you've learned the lesson, and things are changing, but it could have been your fault, the reason why you went through what you went through, and you're acknowledging that and taking accountability for it, even if you haven't apologized directly to the people that you need to apologize to. But I do see YRN in here, so someone is trying to hustle. I see hustle in here too. Hustle, grind. I feel like this one's going to resonate with masculines mostly. Someone's name could be Daniel. See the last name McDaniel. Okay, Astro Alignment. Something about someone. I see Didi's in here, and I do see 7 of Swords. So some of you might have actually, this might not necessarily be your job, but maybe you were working at somewhere like Didi's, Burlington, TJ Maxx, or whatever. But also, some of you, if you're struggling with money, maybe you used to have a habit of stealing clothes from stores. And that's why you got karma with that. Solar eclipse, creation, intention, potential. Yeah, Capricorn, I'm just going to say, like, maybe more about this is going to come out in your 60-minute horoscope, because we have Juno, marriage, commitment, bonds. There wasn't a lot about soulmate energy, but it came out a little bit. So some of you, you need to know that you are manifesting a soulmate, whether or not you think you are. You can figure out your Juno by the year and the time that you were born. So just type it into Google or whatever search engine you like to use, and you can figure out what your Juno is. Equinox, commitment, integration, shifts. That could just be talking about you feeling an energetic shift. Capricorn, disciplined, tenacious, resilient. This is a Capricorn reading, but maybe you could have multiple in your chart, or another Capricorn could be significant. Multiple Capricorn in your chart. We have air, expansive, intellectual, inquisitive. This is also talking about communication, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Then we have 12th house ruled by Aquarius, collaboration, memberships, network. This is mostly about networking. I was picking up on some of you that work at a gym, so that could be a membership thing. Some of you are trying to manifest like some sort of service where people have to book you, like I said, self-employed. But you also might come from a niche community, and so that's why you put up with other people who sometimes act out. Because you feel like, not that you're obligated to be around them, but you feel like you got to give people guidance, or you feel like you have to serve your own community. We have full moon, culmination, release, illumination. Yeah, you could be claircognizant. That's all that I have for your 30-minute money reading. I think it's basically just saying, keep on doing what you're doing, like focus on your progress. Don't beat yourself up because you already learned karmic lessons. Keep on having boundaries and releasing people, and also you are manifesting new love, but be careful of people from your past that are trying to like harvest your energy or send you negative energy, or even just be nosy trying to see what's going on with you. I really feel like you're unbothered and you're focusing about money more than anything else. But I have other Capricorn all signs readings, other playlists. So if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.